Hey, happy Monday to you. This is Father Mark over at Christ the Redeemer Catholic Church in Thibodaux, and we are now in week 3 of a series entitled Choose to Live. And this week we're talking about how to choose to live in relationship. And today I want to zero in on maybe the most natural place for us to start, which is choosing to live in relationship with our family. If there's any set of relationships that I think are either most vulnerable to atrophy or those who are the easiest, I think, to take for granted, it's going to be in our relationship. And if this is going to be the best year of your life, I bet you we can just start close to home, right? Which is in the home, which is our relationships with our family. 3 things that I think make it difficult for us to sustain authentic, life-giving relationships in our family. Ready? Here we go. Number 1, becoming too familiar. Number 2, those expectations. And number 3, taking people for granted. Let's unpack those a little bit, and then I want to give you one thing that I think we can work on. When it comes to choosing to live in relationship with our family, we can become just too familiar with each other, right? When you're around people day in, day out, all day long, a lot of times we just get too familiar with them, and we just forget about awe. We forget about the dignity of the other person. The first thing that can threaten our relationship with our family is just becoming too familiar with them. What then happens is we become, you might say, enchained to our expectations. We have expectations of the people that we're closest to, right? We expect them to think the way we think. We expect them to do the things that we do. We expect them to act a certain way. And when people don't live up to our expectations, what happens is our hearts are open to disappointment. And if we're not relating disappointments can turn into resentments, and those resentments are influential things when it comes to our relationships with our family, right? So the more familiar we become with people, the easier it is for us to have unmet expectations with them, which builds a wall between us and our families. And then it's easy for us to take people for granted, right? As we expect people to act a certain way, or we expect people to do certain things for us, then we just take them for granted. We no longer say please and thank you. We no longer, you might say, have the courtesy to allow them to be who they are because we're expecting them to be who we want them or need them to be. We take them for granted. Those 3 things, I think, are there, and they threaten our relationships with our family. So here's one thing that you might do today that can interject a little bit of life in you or help you in your relationship with your family. And I want to ask you to get out of routine. Routine is one of those things that I think can kill relationships within families. When we get into a routine, we're expecting us to live a certain way and other people to live a certain way, and we're expecting the outcome of those relationships to be in a certain way. So if you're used to coming home and doing the same thing every night, hey, break the routine. What it does is it forces us to rethink why we're doing what we're doing, and it forces us to be more present to the people that we're doing it to. Routine can be one of those things that cannot actually set us up for success in relationship. It actually can hinder it. The one thing that you can do is take a look at maybe the most significant relationship you have within your family, the one relationship you want to center on today, and ask yourself, has it become prey to routine, right? Nothing kills a marriage faster than routine. Nothing kills a parent's relationship with their kid faster than routine. Ask yourself in that one most important relationship how routine is either helping or hindering that relationship, and then modify that routine so that you're more disposed to those people. Hey, come on back tomorrow where we're going to talk about being in relationship with our friends, and hey, we got to carve out time for that. But until we have that conversation tomorrow, let's be present to people. Let's choose to live in relationship. And until we have that conversation tomorrow, God bless you.